Hello, Rams fans. I'm Ryan Ulick here with Stephanie Gaitley, head coach of the women's basketball program. We're doing a video here for you fans because in lieu of the Stephanie Gaitley show going audio only this week, which you can check out on FordhamSports.com and the Fordham Athletics YouTube page. Steph, what's going on?
It's going good. We're getting in those holidays, Ryan. Santa hopefully is right around the corner.
Oh, so pumped to see family and friends. Let's talk about basketball this past month. We'll kind of review everything a little bit here. Since the Duquesne game, that little new wrinkle that the A10 introduced, I thought it was a pretty comprehensive victory, front to finish. Since then, you've been kind of alternating wins and losses here and there. Some of the wins haven't been the most convincing. Some of them have been pretty good, and then the losses too. What do you think has been working with the team? What do you think has not been working?
Well, I mean, I think, like you mentioned, I think the Duquesne game was our most complete game. I don't feel we've had a complete game since then. We've got to learn to put a 40-minute game together, and we've had a competitive schedule. There's no easy game on our schedule. So, for us at this point, we need to take away from it that if we don't come in focused defensively, like the Iona game, we could have won that game if we had come in focused defensively, even though we shot 30%. We just didn't lock down. We have to understand that what's going to keep us consistently winning games is defense. If we play defense, we'll win.
All right, and you talked about all in the beginning of the season how this is arguably the toughest non-conference schedule that you've had here. You got to be happy with the 8-4 schedule, I think, or 7-4 out of conference. Now going into Niagara, you have the Fordham Holiday Classic going. How do you feel right now where the team's at the last 3 games of non-conference?
I just feel we got to get more consistent. I just feel like at St. John's it was up and down effort. I thought Manhattan was a great comeback, but it wasn't the case. I think more the credit goes to Manhattan. But we showed. I thought we showed a lot of courage and a lot of toughness coming back in that game. But I think we're a different team when Kate and G are off the court. In St. John's, G got in early foul trouble. And against Manhattan, Kate got in early foul trouble. I think they're the two that we lose the most when they're not on the court. So for us, we need to try to keep them out of foul trouble, and we need other kids to step up during those times.
All right, let's talk about that thrilling Battle of the Bronx victory. 6 straight, all 6 under you. Your tenure here at Fordham. Credit to Manhattan, 27-point third quarter. That was the highest that you've allowed in a single quarter this year. But obviously, credit goes to you guys for that huge comeback in the fourth quarter, including a 19-3 run to take the lead. What did you see in the third quarter? But what also did you see out of your team that spurred that comeback in the fourth?
Well, in the third quarter, we let them do what they wanted to do. Like their shooters got shots, and typically speaking, we do a pretty good job of paying attention to detail, and we did not do that. On top of that, we gave up at least 2 layups because we got picked at half court. So our turnovers became points for them. We gave up a 4-point play. We fouled the 3-point shooter. So the focus and attention to detail was not there. Now, the difference in the fourth quarter, we stayed out of foul trouble, which allowed G to come up with a huge offensive rebound at the end when we made that run to keep possession of the basketball. So staying out of foul trouble was huge, and keeping G and Kate on the court out of foul trouble was huge for us.
All right, and we will have G in just a second to talk to her about. Let's talk about her specifically, her play this season. Playing a lot of minutes. You've seen her night and day since last year. Obviously playing a ton of minutes, putting up career highs across the boards, points, boards, minutes. And then obviously was a big part of that comeback. 7 points and 8 rebounds, I think, in the fourth quarter alone. But what have you seen from your junior?
It's just maturing. I mean, I challenged her today after practice. You want to be good or you want to be great? Great players bring it every day. We're still trying to get to the point where she brings it every day. It's obviously far ahead of where we were last year. I mean, she's a complete change in attitude. And so she's really totally bought in. And once she bought in, it was a matter of just her talent taking over. So important for us to get her to rise to the occasion in every game and rise to the occasion on every practice and continue with that positive attitude.
And I'll end with the New York Times article that just came out. As newsworthy as Saturday's comeback win was, you've had a newsworthy story all season long. Your 3 seniors graduated early. I mean, by now, Ram fans, I'm sure you know the story. But if you haven't checked out the New York Times article, check the Fordham WBB Twitter account. We've been posting all about it. It's a great story by Juliet McCurr, the New York Times. But just talk about the influence that those 3 have had and what they've done and the impression they've made on the rest of the team by doing what they've been doing with the fast track.
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that go into that. I mean, first of all, you have to have an administration and university that's committed to allowing them to accomplish those goals, which says a lot about Fordham's commitment to excellence. Then you have to have high achievers, and I think both Danielle's and Hannah are high achievers, as evidenced by what they've done on the court, being part of, 2 postseasons, one being a Land 10 championship, and, being part of getting their undergrad and their master's in 4 years. So I think a lot of it has to do with their mentality and their makeup.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph. You can check that out, like I said, on the Fordham WB Twitter account. We've been retweeting and everything. It's a great story if you haven't checked it out yet. Steph, happy holidays. Thank you.
Happy holidays, Ryan. Happy holidays, Ram fans.
Now staying alongside junior forward Jamaris Davis. Jamaris, we're kind of reviewing the past month since we haven't done a roundup since early in the season. We'll start with the Duquesne game, the new wrinkle that the A-10 has introduced starting that early, the A-10 schedule. A really comprehensive victory. Since then, it's been kind of alternating wins and losses. The wins have been either convincing or unconvincing. The losses have been, here and there too. What have you seen out of this team since that game against the Dukes?
I just see our confidence building up. We're a lot more comfortable on the court with each other. We know our strengths and weaknesses, and we just try to capitalize off of that and execute whatever, coach draws up.
On an individual level, you've been having a great season, career highs across the board, points, rebounds, playing a ton of minutes, obviously, with the shorthandedness in the front court. Now, I know you've been saying in different interviews here and there, I mean, this is like a team environment. What do you think? And I know you've credited your team with everything you've accomplished too, but how do you feel about your individual play at this point, playing all those minutes, including Manhattan on Saturday?
I just feel like I feel good about it. I just have to make sure I keep myself out of foul trouble. Playing those amounts of minutes, you get tired, and when you get tired, you make stupid mistakes, and I pick up a lot of stupid fouls because I'm tired. So, I just have to make sure that I'm able to keep myself on the court for my teammates, and it's just been great.
I mean, minutes-wise, obviously, difference from sophomore to junior season. How are you adjusting to your new role and playing so many minutes and, the strenuousness of playing so much?
Well, I mean, it all starts in practice. So, when we play practice, I don't really get a sub when we go up and down or we're doing drills, whatever we're doing. I try to stay on the court as much as I possibly can because I know that I'm on the court a lot during the games. We push the ball a lot in practice, so we're doing a lot of running, and that helps to condition me for the games also. We're very physical with each other. We're bumping down in the post a lot, so, that helps keep my stamina up a little bit when I'm bumping against other players from other teams. So, my teammates have really been keeping me on my toes.
No, it's true. I've seen practices. It gets intense. Okay, so we'll finish up with the Manhattan game on Saturday. It was a thrilling battle of the Bronx, 6th straight victory for Fordham. So you've won every one that you've played in all your 3 years so far. But obviously, it wasn't the easiest win. 27-point third quarter for the Jaspers, and then the huge comeback in the fourth quarter. You had, I think, 7 points and 8 rebounds in the fourth quarter alone. But what did you see out of the team's defense in that third quarter, and then what sparked that fourth quarter and got you guys kept going and going?
In the fourth quarter, we really focused on details defensively. We try to that's our thing. We try to capitalize on defense. So in the third quarter, we gave up a lot of points. So in the fourth quarter, that was our main focus, to keep them out of the middle and force them to take shots, defended shots that we want them to take. So what changed in the fourth quarter is we just had a lot more intensity. We had a lot more urgency on defense, and we capitalized offensively. So we got points and we got stops and we got the win.
All right. Yes, you did. Okay, thank you, Jamaris. Good luck against Niagara, and happy holidays, of course.
Thank you. You too.
That'll do it for our holiday edition of the Women's Basketball Ram Roundup. Thank you, of course, to Coach Gaitley and Jamaris Davis. Tomorrow afternoon, Niagara comes to the Bronx. That'll be available on the A10 Digital Network and WFUV 90.7 and WFUVsports.org. Stay all up to date with all Fordham basketball at FordhamSports.com and on Twitter at FordhamWBB. And, of course, get your tickets for the 10th anniversary of the Fordham Holiday Classic next week. Starts against Buffalo next Thursday. And then also includes Harvard and UNC Asheville the next day. You can still get your tickets on FordhamSports.com. Thanks for watching, and have a great holiday weekend.